franchise history.
Don't tell me about the world. Not today. It's springtime, and they're knocking baseballs around fields, and kids are trying to hit curbs.
Bottom of the 8th. 2 men on, 2 men out. Down by 2. The crowd is on its feet. The pitcher comes set and fires.
Second, going to be a play, and he is out. No. Are you kidding me? It can only happen in the wild card game. Down the line it goes. Here comes Jensen. The Indians win it. Here it comes. He struck him out. Taylor ties it. Oh, what a finish. 2 and 3 run.
They ask me what I do in winter when there is no baseball. I'll tell you what I do. I stare out the window and wait for spring.
MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. The Brewers continue their incredible hot streak today as they attempt to secure their 16th straight win right after this. Jose Quintana will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
Line drive to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out. With that, here's a look at the Brewers starting lineup. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Matty, this lineup is built on one thing, and that's moving the ball over the fence. This is a station-to-station team. Not a lot of speed in this lineup, but they don't need much speed when they're moving traffic to both gaps.
Here's Brandon Phillips, who comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see if it did him any good. The pitch. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Happ going back on it, still ranging back into the bleachers and gone. A solo home run for Brandon Phillips. Home run number 5 on the year. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Wow, he really hit that ball well. Put a great swing on it with great extension, and it sailed right out of here.
Here's Ryan Braun now. Here's another one that's drilled. This one to left. And that's going to be off the ivy-covered wall. And he'll pull into second with one away.
You know, Dero, I'm not sure if you're one of those superstitious guys, but a 13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah, that's the old baker's dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're going to hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
Stepping in now, Domingo Santana. But this will not get out there deep enough as it's run down by the right fielder in the alley for the second out.
First baseman.
Next for Milwaukee, Jesus Aguilar. And you can see great numbers over the past few games. First pitch coming. Here it is. Bullet back up the middle. Happ is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. But the Brewers are on the board first thanks to this solo home run. On to the bottom of the first. It's now 1-0 Milwaukee. Jimmy Nelson, the right-hander out of the state of Oregon, gets the ball in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Jimmy Nelson, he comes with a lot of high hopes. Not an overpowering guy. 92 to 94 miles an hour. Good four-seam high right. Has the slider, has the changeup. The secondary pitches at times come and go. If he has the changeup and has this could be really tough.
Stepping into the box, Javier Baez. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Dan, Dero, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. I mean, just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year you get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch.
And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, of course, you have to like what Anthony Rizzo brings to this offense. He had over 100 RBIs last year. That's the goal of every big hitter. If I can drive in 100, that means I had a good year, and I would say he had a pretty good year.
Here's Jason Hayward now. It was an 0-for-4 day for him in yesterday's loss. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1. 1 out, nobody on. And that finds the target. 0-2 now. Here's another 0-2. Oh, look at that stop. And they'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Batting third baseman.
Here's Chris Bryant now. His batter-pitcher matchup numbers against Jimmy Nelson. Comes in with 6 hits in 30 at-bats. He's also been a strikeout victim 6 times. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
You know, when you're facing a top-of-the-line pitcher like this, he's going to be down around the knees like that more often than not. The key is punishing whatever mistakes he makes, but so far he hasn't made many.
And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Digging in, Travis Shaw, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. First pitch of the at-bat. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. This is foul for the first strike. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, this team has taken it on the chin the first 2 games of this series, getting blown out in each game. They need a better effort than this one.
No doubt about it. I think things haven't gone their way, and this is the time to turn things around now, D-Row. It's been an ugly series up to this point, and they need to turn it around pronto today.
Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. He's coming off what could only be described as a career afternoon yesterday as he finished 6 for 6. First delivery to him on the way. Line drive to center field, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, we're talking about 2 full weeks of finding a way to be productive and get a knock.
Good to think about that. You think how hard it is to get a base hit in a professional baseball game, and for him to be able to do it 14 consecutive days in a row as a pitcher, you have to just tip your cap to this guy.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. Line towards center field. Happ patrolling center makes the play, 1 out.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Into the box, Jimmy Nelson, and he may instead be asked to bunt. We'll see how they approach the situation with 1 away. First offering on its way. Now a bunt attempt here. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Now a bunt attempt here. This will get foul for strike 2. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Bunt sign still on with 2 strikes as he puts this one down. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
Up next for Milwaukee, center fielder.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Keon Broxton hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. He's set, and the pitch. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Hey, there's a ton of reasons I could give to you as to why this guy has been such a good pitcher in his career. But I think this is the biggest one. His ability to work out of nasty jams. 2 guys in scoring position.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And a relay to the plate. And this will not be close, and the run will score easily. Boy, that line drive was a blur off the bat, which means it's definitely worth looking at on show track. And how about this for an exit velocity? 116 miles an hour. That's right up there with the fastest we've seen. Standing in now, Brandon Phillips. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. Here's the 1-0 now to Phillips. Left side. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Brewers lead this one 3-0. Now the Cubs' 4-hole hitter, Kyle Schwarber. In yesterday's game, he was responsible for the only run driven in by his club.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
1-1 to Schwarber. 1-1 pitch is a knuckle curve. He's in the hole now, 1-2. Hard sinker misses, 2-2.
2 strikes.
And a good sinker there gets him swinging for the first out.
So here's how the Brewers are positioned defensively. And let's focus on the captain of the defense, Yadier Molina, future Hall of Famer, ability to control a pitching staff and shut down the opposition's running game.
So coming to the plate, Anthony Rizzo, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Infield shifted well to the right. He'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. Bases are empty, 1 man out. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as he'll get a slider up that time, but he swings through it for the first strike. His batter-pitcher matchup numbers against Jimmy Nelson, not great. He's 1 for 8. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. The next 0-2 is taken for ball 1. And he struck him out. So a fine inning here as he strikes out this side in order. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More from MLB Network Saturday Baseball after this. Welcome back to this MLB Network broadcast from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Cloud Gate there, a popular tourist destination at Millennium Park. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Ryan Braun steps in to get things started. First pitch on its way. Line hard deep into left, and it looks like he'll have extra bases here to begin the 3rd. The relay throw, And he's back into second here safely. So a good job there as he opens up the third inning with a two-base hit. As he moves into double digits now as we check out the team leaderboard. That is 10 for him here on the campaign. So here's the cleanup hitter, Domingo Santana. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. From the stretch. Line drive to center field. Happ is right there, one down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jesus Aguilar.
So digging in now, Jesus Aguilar. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Lined hard toward right center. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow.
They often say in baseball it's better to be lucky than good. This pitcher's been having a rough go of it lately, but that diving catch right there might have saved this inning and possibly saved the game.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. Swung on and hammered. No doubt about this one. Watch it fly into the bleachers and out of here. It's a two-run homer for Travis Shaw, and even 30 home runs on the year. And the Brewers have made this a 5-0 ball game.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday, so you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
The batter, number 3.
In now, Orlando Arcia. Hit high and deep to right center. Happ giving chase. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. But the Brewers do get 2 on this 2-run home run. We play 2.5. It's the Brewers 5 and the Cubs nothing. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck outside last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Now the pitch. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike one. This year against right-handed pitching, Happ brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
Matty, he struggled against right-handed pitching all season long, but he just needs a few knocks today, maybe to get the confidence going. I don't think this is the norm for this ball player.
Too high, 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Another 1-2 delivery. Squared that one up just a little late. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he finds himself in a flat-footed tie for the National League lead in that category. Next to hit will be the pitcher, Jose Quintana. Popped him up. Shaw is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
Batting ninth.
Here's Addison Russell, 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Here comes the first pitch. A high fastball is in there.
You got to throw that one out the window if you're an offensive player right there. You know this guy is predominantly a sinker ball pitcher. High fastball, he's got to show me that a few more times for me to honor.
Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Ready for another chance? Yadier Molina 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
No balls and a strike to count. The 0-1 delivery. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
Might have been cheating for another fastball, trying to get the head to that one early. Pitcher pulled the string with a nasty breaking ball and had him a little bit out in front.
And that finds its way through for a base hit. So the 4th inning opens with a leadoff single.
Hey, after that hit right there, Tiro, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
Digging in now for the Brewers, Jimmy Nelson. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Line towards center field. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
I mean, there's no secret right now. There's a fight at the bat rack. Everybody wants up at the plate right now. They're feeling frisky. They're all pulling the trigger early, and it's working.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. Liner in there for a base hit. Molina ignores his coach. He's chugging for home. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
The batter, number 9, second baseman.
Now batting, Brandon Phillips. He got on top of one and was a victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hard hit ball to short. Russell's got it. One there. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. Brewers strand 1 as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Here's Javier Baez back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Ned. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Behind 0-2 now. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Oh, and he misses it. Around second now and headed for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So some real problems out there that time as it'll wind up in E7. Here's Jason Hayward now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. Lays off the sinker here. A ball and a strike. Baez at third with nobody out. A ball and 2 strikes now. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Boy, this guy has really good stuff so far on this one. How about 7 Ks, and we're just in the middle innings of this one. If he continues this up, this could be a real solid performance.
Now in the box, Chris Bryant. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch on its way. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Hit out towards second. There to play it is Phillips. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
Now batting, left fielder.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Kyle Schwarber. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. Swing and a miss on the sinker, 0-1.
Hey, I never want to take an offense's aggression away, but they've been swinging at a lot of pitches early in the count, find themselves down. I think they need to regroup, have a meeting in the dugout, and figure out a way to maybe look at some pitches.
Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. So 1 run on no base hits, 1 error in the inning, and no one left. We played 4 full. Milwaukee leads it 5-1. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Ryan Braun. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Check swing called strike, 0-1. Oh, and Braun connects on one in the air to deep left field. Looking up is Contreras, and it's gone as they add still another. Ryan Braun with the solo home run, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far, and it's now a 6-1 ball game. Into the box, Domingo Santana. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Happ is there. 1 out.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Standing in, Jesus Aguilar. He was robbed of a hit in his last at-bat, so he'll try to change his fortunes here. Line drive snagged on a short hop. On to first, and there were 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman.
And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. He went deep for a 2-run homer in his previous at-bat.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile. But, hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
Check swing grounder to the right side. And he will apply the tag himself, and the inning is over. Brewers do pick up a run on the Ryan Braun homer. Middle of the afternoon here in Wrigleyville. It's the Brewers 6 and the Cubs 1. Leading off the inning, Anthony Rizzo, and they'll need him to get something going here. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Rizzo.
A ball and no strikes. Rizzo is a highly regarded defender, especially as corner infielders go. Some guys at first or third are there because they can hit, but he takes a lot of pride in his defense, and as a result, it's definitely not uncommon for him to make an impact on the game with his glove. A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
You know, we haven't seen that pitch from him in a while, but it looks like he's got pretty good feel for it. If he's going to pick and choose when he's going to use it, he could steal some strikes that way.
And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So this has been another fine outing for him this afternoon as we check out the league leaders in ERA. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. So in now for Chicago, Wilson Contreras. He got called out on strikes his last time through. Here's the first pitch to him. Late that time for a strike.
0-1's the count.
A swing and a miss at a ball down.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
The 0-2 once more. And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far. Still a little early to start talking about these things. There you go right there. A big goose egg in that hit column. Worth keeping in mind as we get later into the afternoon. Digging in, the switch hitter, Ian Happ. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Hit hard down the line, but a foul ball here, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. Swings through it for strike number 2. 1 run, no hits, no errors so far for the Cubbies. And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Justin Wilson takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 37, Justin Wilson.
Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. He's set. Here it comes. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone to lead off the inning. Orlando Arcia with a solo shot. Number 11 for him on the season, as it's now a 6-run ball game. The long ball is playing in this one. That was the 4th blast of the game so far for this lineup. Dan Dero, what are your thoughts on what they're doing as a team so far?
Matty V, Dero, I don't know what you think, but this is like crazy. 4th round tripper of the game so far.
Yeah, you're watching this pitcher. He's just not executing on both sides. They're missing over the heart of the plate, not using the quadrants. In the hitters meeting, they focused on this stuff. They thought these guys could miss middle, and that's exactly what's happening.
Stepping in now, Jimmy Nelson, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Happ over to his right. He's got it 1 away. Digging in once again, Keon Broxton. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit hard on the ground is short. There's 1. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side. But the Brewers tack on, courtesy of this solo home run. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cubs 1. Albert Almora is going to come off the bench as he'll be asked to lead off the bottom of inning number 6.
Albert Almora.
No contact on the sinker there, and he's behind 0-1. And he will take strike 3 call. He's got another one. 5 straight strikeouts, and that's the first out of the inning.
Man, he is looking flat out unhittable on the mound right now. That's 5 straight punch-outs. I love it, but I think he might want to get his defense involved at some point so they don't fall asleep.
Here's Addison Russell. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. and he takes a called strike 2. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. Javier Baez will be next. Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Standing in now, Javier Baez. As we're 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
2 mid-90s fastballs, and you're down 0-2. This is where you got to take a deep breath and pop commit.
And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown, as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down 7-1. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. We're on to the 7th now with the Brewers out on top. If you're joining us late, good time to get caught up, as there's our game summary to this point. Steve Cishek comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. Here's Brandon Phillips. He was a double play victim last time around.
Second baseman, Brandon Phillips.
And now a pitch on the way. Check swing here and a little looper. And one gone.
The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Braun.
One away for the Brewers in their half of the 7th. And that'll bring forth the great slugging left fielder, Ryan Braun.
Goes to show you how strong this guy is. That wasn't a bad breaking ball that he hit for a home run in that last at bat. That ball was down and away. He went out and hooked it and pulled it.
Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. And trouble it is. It's down for extra bases. And they're able to get the ball in quickly, so he'll be held to a single with 1 away.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
In now, Domingo Santana. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. The numbers head-to-head with Steve Cishek. A number of meetings. He's 1 for 7. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. The relay. And it's in time as he's out at third as the good relay gets him. The tag, and it's a double play. And that gets him out of the inning. Stick around because Jason Hayward will lead things off when we come back. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cubs 1. Now at the plate, Jason Hayward. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team.
We're moving right along into this one as we head into the late innings. Listen, if you want to score, you got to have to bunch some hits together, and they haven't been able to do that so far. So hopefully this leadoff guy, this will be the right guy at the right spot to get something going.
The bouncer to the left side, and the throw to first is in time, 1 gone.
Now batting, third baseman.
Here's Chris Bryant now.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what is he doing? He shows up, Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
No balls and 1 strike. Missed with a breaking ball.
1-1. I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
2-2.
2-2 now.
Got him. So that's the second out of the inning, and he's 7 outs away now.
That's just quality pitching right there for that strikeout. As we look at all 5 pitches, notice the location, all 5 down in the zone. Some guys are real good low ball hitters, but more often than not, keeping the ball down is going to lead to a lot of success on the mound.
Into the box, Kyle Schwarber.
He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play.
He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
Thought this middle of the order might give him a fight and put up a little bit of resistance, but that hasn't been the case. He's carving right through them here.
Swing and a liner. And that's a base hit. So the no-hit bid ends here in the 7th. So he was able to take it into the 7th, but the no-hit bid is going to end here with 2 out in inning number 7.
Boy, Matty, this is when you start really thinking about a no-hitter once you get into the 7th. And it's hard not to look past getting through that last out. But, D-Row, it just wasn't meant to be here with 2 outs in the 7th.
No, he's pitched a heck of a game, without question. You can't deny that. But this offense is going to stay on the attack. We'll see if this manager turns it over to the bull.
And we'll have to leave it there, as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Cubs strand 1. They're down 7-1. Ready for another shot now, Jesus Aguilar. He was a ground out victim last time up.
Jesus Aguilar.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hot shot to third and handled for the first out.
How about it?
In now, Travis Shaw. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. First pitch on its way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. Drilled down the line. And that's in there for a base hit. His 3rd hit of the game. And the 2-out hit keeps the inning alive for Yadier Molina.
Hey, this guy's obviously seeing the ball right now. That's another hard hit single. 3 for 4 right there. He's looking super solid at the plate.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. Line hard to the left side. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
I mean, Yadi, when he first broke on the scene, was a defender first and foremost. You can't say that anymore. I mean, he's evolved into a really, really nice offensive player.
Hit on the ground to third. He'll go to Baez at second for the force, and that ends the inning. Milwaukee leaves 1. They're on top 7-1. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is on the ground over to first. Aguilar has it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
Now batting, center fielder.
At the plate, Ian Happ. No hits to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. A fastball right down the middle for a strike. Wouldn't bite on a good sinker that time that missed. No contact there, and it's 1-2. And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Tommy La Stella will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 2, Tommy La Stella.
A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. 1 run, just 1 hit. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Struck him out. 18 strikeouts for him now. Cubs are down in order. They're down 7-1. Justin Grimm enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. So here now is the pitcher, Jimmy Nelson. And an opportunity here for a 4th plate appearance here this afternoon. And you have to say he's really earned it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Now batting, the center fielder, Keon Broxton.
And that'll bring in the speedy Keon Broxton. First delivery to him on the way. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Happ ranging back to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. Had a long way to go to make that running catch, and here it is again with the show track numbers. took a great angle at it, showed nice closing speed, and ended up running close to 110 feet to finally bring it in. No doubt in efforts his teammates are appreciative of. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Now the pitch. This is line to left. Schwarber is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Brewers sent packing on just 4 pitches. They're on top 7-1. Striding in, Addison Russell. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Josh Hader takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Now pitching for the Brewers, number 71, Josh Hader.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And it's fouled away. The windup and the 0-1. Swung on and missed, outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Fastball got him looking as that had 2-seam action on it. 1 gone. Final line there for the Brewers starting pitcher. Great day's work any way you look at it.
Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. First offering on its way. Swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy into wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Stepping in, Jason Hayward. He was a ground-out victim last time up. He's ready. Here's the first offering. A high fastball is in there.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon. The Cubs are down to their final strike here. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, I've given up trying to predict where this amazing streak's going to end, so I'm just going to congratulate them and say, well done.
7-1 the final today. Milwaukee get the win on the heels of 4 home runs. Jimmy Nelson earns his 6th winning decision in this one, allowing only a single hit across 8 full innings. Jose Quintana struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that's a wrap for us here this afternoon. For Mark, Dan, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Brewers.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central. Jimmy Nelson was unstoppable in his win with 18 strikeouts, leading the Brewers to a win over the Cubs, 7-1. The win was their 16th straight. The Cincinnati Reds combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 4-2. The Pirates combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 6-3. The Rockies sent 3 balls into the seats as they took down the Fish in Miami 8-5. Adam Eaton collected a total of 4 hits in the game as the Nationals pushed past the Diamondbacks 4-3. The Braves got 11 hits overall as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 5-3. The Padres got the best of the visiting Mets 3-1. The Dodgers got 12 hits in this one as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 7-4. The Rays allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the Red Sox on the road 6-2. The Blue Jays knocked out 10 hits as a team as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 2-1. The Tigers pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 2-1. Robinson Cano was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits, helping lead the Mariners to the victory over the Indians 5-2. The Royals totaled 11 hits as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 6-4. The New York Yankees pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 6-4. Alex Bregman drove in 3 as the Astros downed Oakland 5-2. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.
Now from the windy city of Chicago, baseball from beautiful Wrigley Field. Today it's the finale of this 4-game set between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs. The Brewers have rattled off 16 straight wins. Will they make it 17? Find out next. Yu Darvish, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go at that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Digging in, Lorenzo Cain. He will lead this one off today. First delivery to him on the way. Line drive to left. Schwarber is there, and he'll bring this one in. And a look now at the batting order for the visiting Milwaukee Brewers. Mark, how do they go about breaking out the brooms on the road?
Well, Matty, this lineup's going to have to find a way to score early. Get this pitcher uncomfortable, stay on the attack, get into the bullpen. That's the name of the game. They let this guy settle in, he'll breeze through 7 strong.
In is Christian Yelich. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hard liner to center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
Into the box now, Domingo Santana. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? Into the bleachers and gone. It's a solo shot here for Domingo Santana. Number 10 for him on the year. As the Brewers get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, he was on cruise control, just needing one more out to get out of the inning. But he came up with a plan. Base is empty. He didn't have to think about shooting one to the opposite field or shortening the swing to move the runners. He just wound up and let her rip. A solo shot as the result.
Batting fourth, first baseman number 7, Eric Thames.
Stepping in now, Eric Thames. This one's also hit well. Deep down the right field line. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Ripped down the first base line. And this will be a foul ball as the first baseman makes a Herculean effort to make the stop. Easy there, Cha-Cha. The 0-2 delivery. And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around and the inning is over. But the Brewers are on the board first thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up, and Milwaukee's off to an early 1-0 lead. Ulysses Chacin will be the man on the mound for the Brewers. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, coming off his last start where he threw a no-hitter. Let's see how he backs that one up. How long will this no-hit bid continue?
And the next batter will be Mike Freeman. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Hit down the third base line. This is foul for the first strike. Dan Dero, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, all you can really say is they've been on one heck of a run.
Matty, this is the best team in baseball right now. Just a double-digit winning streak that, I mean, maybe happens to 2 or 3 teams a year. You get this hot. This team is rocking in all facets right now, and they're a fun watch. Swing
and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is Big Chris Bryant. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 10 games, so he's got to be oozing with confidence right now. He's the guy in that lineup that these pitchers have to hold down if they're going to even try to be successful.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Strike one to start the at-bat. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Missed with a slider.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Ricky Holiday.
Yeah, Dan, we got Ricky Holiday behind the dish tonight. I can't figure his zone out. He doesn't favor the hitter or the pitcher and can be a little too inconsistent at times.
D-Row, you hit the nail right on the head. I think one of the things we're looking for a consistent zone. If it's a tight zone, it's a high zone. Have the same zone. His zone fluctuates a little bit too much for my liking during the course of a game.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Albert Almora becomes out number 2 this inning. Here's Chris Bryant now. He was among the many who failed to record a base hit in the loss yesterday. Chacin looks in. First pitch on its way. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Bryant playing here in his age 26 season. He was a first-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Yeah, Matt, you cannot miss on your first rounder. And they didn't with this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar.
Nope. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And it's a foul ball. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this. And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. He'll get us started in the top of the second. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Almora is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy has got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the National League. Nobody wants to attempt stealing bags on this guy, and brings a powerful bat to the lineup.
Now at the plate, Orlando Arcia, as he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. He's ready. Here's the first offering. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. And gone. An absolute bomb. Orlando Arcia with a solo shot. 12 home runs for him now thus far. And the Brewers move out in front now 2-0.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Jonathan.
Standing in now, Jonathan Villar. As Darvish will jump ahead of him here with strike 1. He comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see. Hard hit ball to short. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Stepping into the box, Yadier Molina. He comes in with a 6-game hitting streak to his credit, so he'll look to keep that rolling in this one. Here comes the first pitch. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball 1. And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. Now the 2-0 home. This is line to left. Now a dive, but he can't get there, and this is going to be trouble out there in left center.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
He's set, and the pitch. Line drive to center field. And that's in there. Base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with 1 away.
Hey, don't let the fact that this guy's on the mound fool you right here. This guy has a nice approach at the plate, knows what he's doing, has history. I'm not surprised he was able to mix in a base knock.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. Boy, and here's a drive. Deep left field, and the long ball's going to bite him for the 3rd time today as this one is gone. A home run. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one, and even 20 home runs for him now thus far. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Wow, you can understand what the pitcher's thinking. He doesn't have an empty base, and he needs to get ahead of the count. All he wants to do is get that first pitch over for a strike, but the batter knew the same thing, and he jumped all over it, smashing it into seats for a 4-run blast.
Christian Yelich comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Takes a look at a fastball down the middle for strike number 2.
He's been getting lit up all game, and there's a common denominator. He keeps missing right down the middle of the plate. Case in point with that last one.
Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. Ready on 0-2. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. Stepping up now, Domingo Santana. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Line drive to left. Schwarber is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to into the box now. Kyle Schwarber. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Man, I know exactly what this guy's feeling at the plate. Here we go again. Every time you're struggling, you look up, and it says 0-2.
Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first down.
All right, guys, here's a defensive alignment for the Milwaukee Brewers. And, guys, this starting pitcher right here is in the top 5 in the league in strikeouts. And what does that tell me? That tells me that his defense cannot fall asleep in this one. They better go through their pre-pitch routine. They better stay on their toes and stay engaged in this one in case something finds a barrel.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now as you get a look at his current righty-lefty splits entering play in this one. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. The 1-1 is a slider that misses below the zone. 1 out, nobody on. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Snuck that high hard one by him without a swing, but that's a pitch and location he can do a lot of damage with. Got to be careful doing that.
Fouled away. Grounded to the right. VR from shallow right. And that's the 2nd out.
Batting 6th, catcher, Wilson.
So striding in, Wilson Contreras. Chacin steps into the windup. First pitch on its way. Sliders in for a strike. And a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
There's another slider. That's
got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to Baseball on the Show from Wrigley Field. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Eric Thames. He'll begin things here against Yu Darvish.
even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one. You can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
There to take it is Zobrist, and that's out number 1. So with 1 away, time for a check at the standings now in the National League Central as you see where the Cubs find themselves entering play here today. And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch on its way. Well hit to right, but foul. He's set. Here's the 0-1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And foul, though it had the home run distance. Here's Darvish on 0-2. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
Well, he's really locked in at this point in the game on the bump. So far this inning, 4 pitches and 2 outs. Got the first guy on 1 pitch, then absolutely dominates this at bat with a 3-pitch strikeout.
Now at the plate, Orlando Arcia.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
He takes the turn and heads for second. And he'll post into second here with a 2-out double.
You'd think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over, so they don't have to deal with this dude anymore.
Into the box, Jonathan Villar. Into center field, line drive base hit. Long throw to the plate. And he will beat the throw home. It's a 7-0 contest.
Everything done right, Dan, on both sides, the defensive side and the offensive side, to send him, and the outfielder made a strong, accurate throw, but that runner was safe.
No doubt about it. That's one of those where you got to be aggressive as a third base coach. You know the outfielder has a strong throwing arm. You're taking a lot of things you're trying to get through a decision to send. A good send in a close play, but it all worked out.
And that's in there for strike one. Oh, and 1 the count to Molina. And that one right down Main Street.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
The 0-2 to Molina. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. It's a run on 2 hits, 1 left. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Brewers 7 and the Cubs nothing. Here's Javier Baez, 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. First pitch on its way. Just a tick behind for a strike.
Well, they've really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Slider, and that's in there for strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second, with a punch out, 1 away. Tommy La Stella will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning.
Tommy La Stella.
In there at the letters 0-1. Softly hit out to short, and that'll be the second out.
Batting 9th, right fielder.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, and Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. And here's a called strike to the 36-year-old veteran. It's 0-1. Cubs to this point have yet to break into the hit column. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Cubs are down in order. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Justin Wilson answers the call from the pen here in the 4th, as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from their starter. So now the Brewers pitcher, Ulysses Chacin. He'll try to get it going here to begin the 4th.
Pitcher,
Here comes the first pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Schwarber is there, and he has it for the out. The Cubs are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. Not what he had in mind before the day started. In now is Lorenzo Cain. Lifetime numbers against Justin Wilson. He's 1 for 5. From the stretch. A high fastball is in there. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good cutter there, and he's got him behind the 8 ball now, 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. On the ground to the left side. Bryant's got it, and there's out number 2.
The left fielder, number 22, Christian.
In is Christian Yelich. He lined out his first time around and then went down on strikes last time up. Now here it comes. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. There's Baez. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is. And the next batter will be Mike Freeman. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
And he takes strike 2. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Shaw moving to his left makes the play, 1 away.
Center fielder, number 5.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Hey, he's rolling so far in this one as we head into middle part of this game. How about 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes? If he continues to do that, he just might finish this one.
This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first for the out, 3 unassisted.
The batter, third baseman,
Here's Chris Bryant now. First delivery to him on the way. There's a fastball right over the inside corner. Way in front of a great slider that time.
Hey, from an offensive standpoint, you better get it ready. This guy is not throwing a ton of pitches.
Looking at a fastball to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Now at the plate, Domingo Santana comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Domingo Santana.
Here's the first pitch to him. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. 0-1 count. Here it comes. Scorched to third. Bryant is up with it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
First baseman, number 7, Eric Thames.
Coming to the plate now, Eric Thames. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. And it looks like the Cubs will get a left-hander up and working out of the bullpen. Behind 0-2 now. 1 out, nobody on. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And this will wind up being nothing more than a long foul ball, and it'll hold the count at 0-2. Another 0-2 home. Hit sharply toward the right side. Under it is Zobrist, 2 away now.
Up next for Milwaukee, third baseman, Travis Shaw.
Digging in to try it again, Travis Shaw. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Here comes the first pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. The 0-1 delivery. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. Zobrist going back, and it's gone as they add still another. Well, they've got the elevate and celebrate thing working in this one, guys. That was their 4th big fly of the game.
Hero, I don't know what you think, but this is one of those cases where I think the hitters right now, they must be.
Oh, and that ball's absolutely crushed down the line. Forget about it. That's going to stay fair and make it back-to-back home runs.
The batter, number 5, second baseman, Jonathan.
In now, Jonathan Villar. He grounds it sharply to third. Bryant right there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. Home half of the 5th coming up. Brewers are out in front, 9-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Kyle Schwarber. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
And he'll go after the first offering here, although this looked to be well below the knees. It's strike 1.
Well, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. If he's going to have the ability to flip that in there whenever he wants, this is going to be a tough test.
Behind 0-2 now. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
So he got him swinging. Kyle Schwarber is retired for the first out in the bottom half of the 5th.
Anthony Rizzo.
At the plate, Anthony Rizzo. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, I'm shocked he let that first pitch go right there. High fastball, but usually those ones travel the furthest.
Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2.
This guy's pitching really well in this one so far. You could just see he's awful confident attacking the strike zone, and when he comes off the mound at the end of the inning, looks like he stepped in a big old bucket of sassy.
And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far. Still a little early to start talking about these things. There you go, right there. A big goose egg in that hit column, worth keeping in mind as we get later into the afternoon. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Here comes the first pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Villar is there. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Cubs are down in order. They're looking up at a 9-0 deficit. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
Yadier Molina.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Out into right center. Well hit. Here's Molina around first. He'll try for 2. And look at this. Molina trying for 3. The relay throw. And he is out at third. And that's a big mistake there leading off the inning.
To me, that was just way too big of a risk. If you're leading off an inning and you've already got 2 bases easily, pull up and pat yourself on the back. You're already into scoring position, but now they've got nothing to show for the leadoff extra base hit.
Stepping in now, Ulysses Chassin.
He swings and sends it on a line to right center.
Zobrist is there, and he makes the catch for the out. So the batting order turns over now, and set to go Lorenzo Cain. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Now the pitch. Swing, and he rockets this one down the left field line. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
He obviously was sitting all over that pitch. He didn't want to go deep in the count. He saw it 0-0 and he let it fly.
Yelich.
In is Christian Yelich, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Line to the right side. Zobrist is there, and they breeze through this half inning as the side. Here's Javier Baez. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
Jason Hayward will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 22, Jason Hayward.
Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. 281 the average entering play. 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. Hayward is simply an all-around great defensive outfielder. Not only does he have great range and great hands, he's also got a plus arm, one that base runners and base coaches certainly have to be mindful of. Oh, and 2, here it comes. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame.
Well, you can tell by their approach that they're going to go up there and try to be aggressive off this guy, but he's taking full advantage of that. He's pounding the zone with strikes, and right now we're seeing a lot of swings and misses and a lot of strikeouts and no walks either.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. Popped him up. Shaw waits on it, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. This one pretty much all over, but the shouting as we check our game summary to see how we've gotten to where we are. Brian Dunsing comes on to pitch now, hoping for better results than the other arms that they've run out there in this one. High and deep to left center field, but that'll hit off the wall in left center.
Hey, there's a bullet off the wall. The outfielder does a really good job of getting that one in quickly, but I think they had a play there at second base.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, Dan. I got to believe you're busting it out of the box thinking 2 until somebody tells you no. I know it would have been a close play, but I think you got to err on the aggressive side right there.
Stepping up to the plate, Eric Thames. He's hitless coming into this at-bat, so the hit streak he's been riding is on the line here.
Yeah, he's up in the double.
There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. Definitely had the distance, but it winds up a foul ball. Lifetime against Brian Dunsing. He's gone 2 for 8. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And it is troubled. It finds the gap for extra bases. The relay. And it's in time as he's out at third as the good relay gets him.
Now batting, third baseman.
Digging in now, Travis Shaw. He's coming off a solo homer in his previous trip. First delivery to him on the way. Line hard toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. Thames rounds third and is digging for the plate. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
Up next for Milwaukee,
Orlando Arcia will stand in again as he looks for home run number 3 in the ball game as we flash you back here to his second home run. This is back in the 5th inning as he has the long ball working in his first few at-bats. First pitch on its way. Hit high and deep out there to left center field. Almora ranging back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. And they're going to hold that runner at third base, as even with 2 away, they didn't like their chances there.
Dan, with that single, he's now 3/4 of the way to hitting for the cycle. Toughest one still on the shelf, though. He's got to get it triple.
Yeah, you said it, D-Row. That's one of those that's either got to hit right down the line or one of those tweeners in the gap. He has enough speed, so if he can find a gap or find one down the line, maybe he can do it, and he's going to at least get one more at bat in this one.
Into the box now, Jonathan Villar. He swings, and it's a line drive to left center. And this is turning ugly now as this ball's down for extra bases. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance. And he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Into the box, Yadier Molina as he swings and lifts a pop-up out behind short. Freeman shading to his right, and that's the 3rd out.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Brewers get a run on the RBI double. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Mike Freeman. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7. Here's the first pitch to him. Is put in play to the right side of the infield, and the inning begins with a quick out number 1.
center fielder, number 5.
Settling in now, Albert Almora. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1.
Hey, I know it's a day game, but these guys better wake up. He's on point today, throwing a lot of exploding stuff, darting and diving all over the strike zone.
Behind 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Tapper up the line. Throw is not going to be in time to get him, and somehow he's going to wind up with an infield single. Oh, but look here. The manager's up and out of the dugout, so it appears he might opt to challenge that last safe call at first.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's another shot of it right here. Not easy to tell for sure from that shot. Going to be interesting to see what they want to do with this one.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Brewers are challenging the previous.
All right, so here's one final look at it. Now remember, there has to be indisputable video evidence in order to overturn the call. He was called safe and probably could go either way, but I don't think there's enough right here to change the call.
And we'll get our answer here as it appears the umpires have made their decision and the headset comes off. And the runner is safe at first as originally called, so they will lose the ability to challenge for the remainder of the game. Here's Chris Bryant now. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2.
Good breaking ball right there. Good hard slider. The count now 0-2. He's getting deep into the outing, but his slider is still staying sharp. He doesn't look at all like he's starting to tire. He looks as good now as he did early on in the game.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Chris Bryant becomes the second out of the bottom of the 7th. Chacin comes set. Here he comes 0-1. Swing and a little tapper. And he's got another one. 13 strikeouts now, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Cubs. Starting to look bleak, down 10-0. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Ulysses Chassin. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8. Here comes the first pitch. Line towards center field. Well, this is unfortunately right at him in center field as he takes it in for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. And gone into the right field bleachers. A solo shot here to left. His second home run of the game as they just continue to pour it on here.
It's getting pretty comical now. Their 6th home run of the game, and they're not done yet. They say hitting is contagious, and apparently that applies to the long ball. It's looking like batting practice out there.
In now, Christian Yelich. And he puts it on the ground to second. Throw gets him 2 down.
The right fielder, number 16, Domingo Santana.
So stepping in, Domingo Santana. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Skied into straightaway right. Zobrist is over. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So it's 1 run on 1 base hit, the home run, no errors, and no one left on base. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Brewers lead it 11-0. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here. 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike.
0-2.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Struck him out and make it 14 punch-outs now in the game.
Matt, just about everything he's doing is working. All of his pitches, great command, great location, and the big key, with 2 strikes, he's attacking the zone.
Here's the first pitch to him. Sliders in for a strike.
Textbook pitching performance so far in this one as we move into the later innings. First pitch strikes, how about over 90%? That's about as good as it gets.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. This one's down to third. Shaw fields it cleanly, and there are 2 away now.
Second baseman, number 9, Javier.
Coming to the plate now, Javier Baez, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Chassin looks in. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball's in for a strike.
I mean, that's just an awesome curveball right there. A 12-6 breaker with nasty downward tilt. You know, the game's getting back to that good four-seam fastball breaking ball instead of the sinker slider guy.
Boy, it's so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, Hero, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player. Fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Batting average down in the low 210s. 1 home run and a dozen RBIs. Russell behind 0-2. And he's got another one. 15 strikeouts in the ball game, and the side. Steve Cishek enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Striding forward now, the Brewers cleanup hitter, Eric Thames. Last time through was a base hit.
For the Brewers, first baseman number 7, Eric Thames.
He's set. Here it comes. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning. Ready now, Travis Shaw. He hit a 2-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance. First pitch of the at-bat. Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he's out at third. Might have gotten a little greedy that time. Next to bat, Orlando Arcia. He went deep back in the 5th. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit on the ground out to short. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw not in time as he's able to leg it out. Boy, and they have not been able to get him out. This is now a 5-hit ball game for him here. Those don't come along every day. Here comes the first pitch. And this is lined right back up the middle. And another base hit. He's 4 for 5 in this game. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Whoa, that ball was close. Whizzed right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. No balls and a strike to count. It's been a 2 for 4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. And 1 the count to Molina. Looped out toward third. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third. The tag, and he is out at third, and with a settle for 1. 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. Milwaukee. Here's Ben Zobrist now, starting things for his side in the 9th as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
The windup and the 0-1. Grounded foul toward the third base dugout.
Classic change of speeds right there. Threw the hitter's timing off. Got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
Struck him out. Strikeout number 16 thus far as he's had a whale of a ball game.
The batter,
and the next batter will be Mike Freeman. First pitch coming. Here it is. A little bouncer, but it's foul. Strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
Well, that's a great take there, right there on that slider down and in. That's one of the toughest pitches to lay off of as a hitter. That hard breaking ball coming down and in at the back foot. A tough take on a good pitch.
And another one. Strikeout number 17 in the ball game as he keeps racking them up. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And this ball swung on and hit to center field, and this should do it. He brings it in, and the Brewers will add one more to their winning streak as this ball game is over.
Yeah, they could only manage 2 hits against him the entire game, so they were never really in a position to even challenge him. Rock solid win and a memorable performance.
12-0, the rather convincing shutout final score. The Brewers jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Ulysses Chacin earned his 5th win of the year and records a complete game 2-hitter in doing so. Yu Darvish was hit hard to the tune of 7 earned as he takes the loss. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Ulysses Chacin. His record is now.
The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL Central, Ulysses Chacin earned the win while punching out 17 batters, leading the Brewers to a win over the Cubs, 12-0. Their win streak continues now at 17 straight. In other news out of Milwaukee, the team has announced a trade where they will receive third baseman Devin Marrero from the Boston Red Sox. Going the other way, right fielder Jose Bautista, according to confirmed sources. In the standings, the Cubs are in second place in the NL Central, and the Brewers are atop the division. The Reds finished off a 3-game sweep as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 8-6. As of right now, the Twins sit in third place in the American League Central, and the Reds are in last place in the NL Central. The Pirates got 11 hits overall as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 5-1. Heading into the day, the Pirates are in third place in the NL Central, and the Cardinals are third in the division. The Marlins launched 3 home runs as they bested the visiting Rockies 7-5. At the start of the day, the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East, and the Rockies are in third place in the NL West. The Nationals earned the 3-game series sweep as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 9-4. In the standings, the Nationals are in first place in the NL East, and the Diamondbacks are in fourth place in the NL West. The Atlanta Braves completed a 3-game series sweep as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 8-3. Entering the day's action, the Phillies sit in second place in the National League East Division, and the Braves are fourth in the division. Hunter Renfroe had a day to remember with 3 home runs totaling 5 RBIs, helping San Diego pass the Mets 14-12. Heading into the day, the Padres sit in last place in the National League West Division, while the Mets are in third place in the NL East. The San Francisco Giants combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 3-0. As of right now, the Giants sit in second place in the National League West Division, while the Dodgers are atop the division. Drew Pomerantz got his 3rd win this season, helping lead the Red Sox to a win over the Rays 4-1. In the standings, the Red Sox sit in first place in the American League Eastern Division, while the Rays are 4th in the division. The Texas Rangers sent 3 balls into the seats as they blew out the Jays 6-0. Entering the day's action, the Blue Jays sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division, and the Rangers sit in 4th place in the American League West. The Tigers brought out the rooms in a 3-game sweep as they beat the O's in Baltimore 3-1. As of today, the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division, and the Tigers are leading the Central Division. The Cleveland Indians put together 10 total hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 5-1. As of right now, the Indians sit in second place in the AL Central Division, and the Mariners are in third place in the AL West. Salvador Perez plated 5 on the day with 2 big flies as Kansas City disposed of the Chi Sox 8-6. At the start of the day, the Royals are in 4th place in the AL Central, and the White Sox are at the bottom of the division. The Bronx Bombers racked up 11 hits as a team as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 8-4. Entering the day's action, the Angels are in 4th place in the AL West, and the Yankees sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division. The Oakland Athletics totaled 11 hits as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 4-3. Heading into the day, the Astros sit in 2nd place in the American League West, while the Athletics are atop the division. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball.